My name is Optimus Prime, and you're watching Tales from Teletraan.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Tales from Teletraan, the one, the only podcast on the Input channel. I mean, that's really all. There's tons of Transformer podcasts out there, except for the one that's on this channel. And, yeah, maybe I oversold it. Maybe I didn't, but it's up to you to decide. Introduce yourself, guys.
I'll go first. Back once again. Optimus Wilbur here, the Scottish Transformer reviewer. That am I doing a review in a kilt? You'll never know. maybe one day I'll do it. Maybe one day.
That would be cool. Kilt Transformers reviews. I mean, I'm Danny Dolphin. You can find my wonderful face on the internet and on YouTube as it's spelled right here, and OMG Danny Dolphin as it's spelled here on Instagram. And yeah, those are the safest and most wonderful places to find me with my content of showing my face and my collection.
I am in-PUT, that's Input, Toys, Reviews, and Stop Motion. You guys can find me on the Instagrams, the Reddits, where I post all of my custom Transformers and some car stuff because, Instagram is kind of slowly becoming a day in the life of instead of just Transformer stuff. And you guys can find me right here on YouTube at the Stop Motion premieres and all that good, awesome stuff. And, that's pretty much it for me. What'd you guys get this week?
I'm as well going first because it's be really quick and simple. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, nothing's out here in the UK yet. I've been waiting for Rodimus and Trax to finally appear, and it's looking like it's the end of the week to next week. So hopefully I finally have Trax and Rodimus in my possession. But apart from that, I've actually just took a break from buying it. There's a few Kingdom ones that I've not got, and I'm just a break.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's been a lull for me too, but I do have Gnaw and Tracks and shipping, so they could be here anytime. And then not much. I haven't found anything in the area. I've opened my Slag or Slug, whatever. Don't be offended. He's here. This could be for Crimson. Opened up a new dinosaur. I know everyone loves dinosaurs here.
Nah.
Just bugging you. I know you like this though, Input.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
That looks awesome.
The Shredder Super 7. So I'm slowly collecting these. As people know these are a little higher price, especially in Canada. So get it when you can. But yeah, nothing else for Transformers. Like I've seen the area. I don't think they got that Slag at Toys R Us. Toys R Us got something for the first time, like before any other store. I haven't seen that in probably like a year and a half before all the craziness or so. So yeah, I'm still out there. I'm sure the stuff's gonna hit anytime, but yeah, I already have some stuff being sent because I just didn't know, pre-orders, right? I didn't know if the pre-orders would ship first or I'd find it first. So yeah, it's basically all I got this week. Besides, just a couple of Marvel Legend things, and not much.
All right. This week I went to go pick up that 4-pack for Bumblebee from Target, and the employee said, "No, we don't have it." And I said, "But your website says you do." And then he said, "No, we're about to do a restock, so we don't have it." And I said, "But if you're going to do the restock, doesn't that mean you have it in the back?" And he said, "No, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that we don't have it." So I didn't get my Bumblebee 4-pack, needless to say.
Damn.
I'm supposed to go back every day for the next couple of days to see when they restocked it, or did not the restock, the whatever.
Sounds like my life.
Yeah. And I said, well, screw it. I'll get it when I get it. So that's what I picked up this week. Absolutely nothing except for an awesome time-killing story. That's what I got this week.
See, that's better than mine.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
at least there's a bit of drama in it because let's be honest, that Target guy's lying.
Oh, absolutely, he's lying.
He's lying.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead, Input.
No, I was just gonna say the He-Man Skelegod that I got. I just happened to catch that same guy walking to the back with it, and I said, hey, what's that? What's that? And he's like, oh, that's Skelegod or He-Man, whatever. And I said, oh, okay, I'll take that. He goes, okay, saves me a trip. And I'm like, but why didn't you just leave it out here on the shelf? Why were you going back in the back with it? You know? So it's like the local Target here has a bunch of stuff floating in the back. But every time I go there, the aisle is just non-existent. They've got some Cyberverse stuff that I know Danny would sell. So there's, no point. And then, but yeah, they've got, those bootleg looking bumblebees that comes with those bootleg looking spikes,
Oh yeah, those bootlegs. Yeah.
And then they don't have anything else. They've got the same Shang-Chi Marvel Legends figures
Yeah.
that have been up for like the last 2 months now. But that's it. But like the entire aisle is bare. But when I go over to like say the My Little Pony section to look for stuff for Oracle, it's like fully stocked every day. There are people there every day putting stuff up, and I'm like, why is it just the boys section that you guys don't stock or restock or whatever? But I don't know. Maybe that's a topic for a whole nother day, whatever. But anyway, that's pretty much what my pickups are.
Yeah, that 4-pack just showed up at Toys R Us in Ontario, so out east for me, but it's been found at Toys R Us in Canada, so I got to do the same thing. I got to keep going basically every day if I want to find it.
See, and that's the whole thing is like for me, that's kind of the reason why I stopped hunting the way that I used to, because I would go in and there would be nothing on the shelves. There wouldn't be anything there. And then I would have an employee telling me, oh no, we don't have it, or we this, or we that. And I'm like, but your website says it's in stock here.
Mm-hmm.
And your website says it's in stock in the other Target down the street, and then the other one down the street in the opposite direction. Why, why are you fighting me with it?
Yeah. Toys R Us here seems to be pretty good. Like, stuff usually does hit the floor. You just have to go every day when you know something's coming out. And then, the other two collectors I know in town, like all of us working together, someone usually spots it once, But that's like 3 people working together, and I'm going like basically every day when the stuff comes out. And yeah, I might see it. Like that's how hard it is. Yeah.
That's so ridiculous, because I mean, at the end of the day, I still am of that old school, I guess you can call it old school mentality, where there was a time where I could convince my mom to take me to Toys R Us or Walmart or wherever, and she would ask, do they have it? And I would say, yeah, they have it.
Mm-hmm.
And did you call? She would ask, did you call them? And I said, yeah, I called them. They have it. And I didn't call them. I just knew it was there, and we'd go down there and we'd pick it up. They'd have like 5 or 6 of them. And then we go get it and then go home, whatever. But now, even if you call, they oh no, we don't have it. But then when you call, they say no, they don't have it. Then you go up there and they have it, clear as day. They've got like 19 of them. Or when you go up there, they don't have it at all. And then when you ask if they have it, they lie to your face. So it's just kind of like, why even bother? It's almost, I've always said, don't pay scalper prices on stuff, but it almost makes the scalpers a viable choice. Like you're not wasting your gas, you're not wasting your time, you're not, you're not wasting your energy, you're not getting stressed out, you're not dealing with the hassle, you're not going in there for 10 minutes, coming out and being, if you buy it off of eBay, then you got it. And you're avoiding all of that headache. You're saving your gas, you're all of your, I mean, and then even if you want to argue like, oh, well, you can just stop off at Target on your way home from work. Cool. But you're still dealing with that headache. Those people lying to you.
I mean, when it was like some stuff was being refreshed like once in a while in the stores, it was okay because like there's something to say about the love of the hunt, and yeah, even if you spent the gas money seeing like a whole Marvel Legends wave or Transformers on the shelf in the wild, there's something about it that like love it. But yeah, it's like it just used to be like you could go before like once in a while and get that effect, and now if you want that, you got to go like every day when something comes out, or you will not see it. So it does kill it a bit, but there is something to say that I like the thrill of the hunt. Nooks and crannies looking for.
Right.
I mean that's how I've started waiting for them to come online, in the sense of like the release date on the Smiths website. If I see it on then, I'll end up just buying it online compared to going to the shop, because I remember I think it was Airfries RC. I had to get them to hunt for me. It was like the shop says you've got 5, and let's be honest, when I went there, like you can never find anything. It's that bad. Was it the last time I was in? It wasn't yesterday when I was in, but it was the other time. I started fixing, like the placements, because they were just all over the place. I'm like, give me a job here. Just leave me in this aisle.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I'll do a better job than half of yours, but it's one of those things. Like I'll end up just ordering online, because I'm still waiting to see when. I mean, I'm not after that big 4-pack. I'm after the Cybertron Bumblebee, that mold. I'd like that one just to like put see you've got it. But I'm not. I seen the 4-pack. I do like Nemesis Primal. I do like so look at that. But it's gonna be one of those ones where I don't even know if that'll come to the UK. I've got a funny feeling. It might just be selected websites, and then they'll want maybe £70 for it. It's a guarantee.
It amazes me, truthfully, how little you guys actually get over there.
Yeah.
It's scary, dude. It is really scary. That's what I say to Danny. I can still get a pre-order for Black Zarak, which I'm going to be doing at the end of the month. There's no arc yet. There's no Wave 2 of 86. It's been really slow and everything getting out. But considering Siege and Airfries, like for a long period there, like Britain was getting it before the US and Canada. It was strange, and now it's went back to normal. It's like no place have had, and you've enjoyed your fun. So it's just like sort of the wait times basically with the stuff. But what a lot is I find it quite annoying is some of these websites are not even letting you pre-order the likes of, say, the Ark or Rodimus or Trax. It's just if you get it, you get it. So it's quite worrying, like how much they're going to get in stock. It's the same old Hasbro UK story. It's the same old one, like everybody's complained about over here. But anything else from Hasbro you can easily get.
Yeah, like I said, man, it amazes me because there's an entire country, like even with like Australia too. Like I know Australia is kind of in the same boat as you guys, right? Like
yeah, sometimes worse.
Yeah, there's countries, and I know like Hasbro has a UK, like a Hasbro UK, right? Like a UK, I guess like section.
I think they've got a UK
like a branch, like a UK branch
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So it amazes me that like Hasbro Asia gets everything they get the way they get, and then Hasbro US, the mother company, and then Hasbro UK doesn't really get too much.
The only thing I can think of is even with like the new stuff coming out, I think a lot of people still buy from eBay over here. They just go straight to eBay. With a lot of things. The only time I seen everybody do that was with, like, it comes from recent memory. It was the Netflix Soundwave. Everybody tried to get off eBay just for ridiculous prices when the figure was never worth more than what it was priced at. And I remember I got it from Smiths. I got one and then it's never showed up again. So I was lucky if that store got one. It was just your luck.
See, that's ridiculous because I would think that they would want money. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, how big is England compared to, the U.S.? How big is Scotland compared to the U.S.? How big are like all these countries over there? But
you could easily fit Scotland in one of the province or a state. You could easily fit Scotland in Texas.
Yeah, you can fit almost the whole UK in the province I live in.
Yeah, and like sort of, and imagine the biggest export still. Like, if you look at toys and that over here, like Lego still goes ridiculous. And then you're looking at the consoles and like the gaming side. Like when it comes to like certain like pop figures for some strange reason, like I'm talking 10-foot shelves stacked with pop figures, and then you'll get this little section of Transformers, and I'm like, right, okay, but you're not really given like sort of a good choice of what you can buy. So I've just found myself. COVID's a bit different, really. And nobody could go out over here. But before that, it was if I couldn't find it, I'm online. I'm just going online now because I can't be like bothered arguing with people trying to get the stuff I was after. It was just there was no point trying to get them to do it if they had it in the back. It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
see, that's ridiculous. I mean, because honestly, I feel like at the end of the day, if it's out there, you should be able to get it without having. And this goes for worldwide. You know, if you want it, you should be able to get in your car, drive to 2 stores tops, and then find what it is that you want. And I say 2 stores. I just say 2 stores just because one store may not have gotten it right.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Look, if you take your story, like I totally agree with you. If the website's saying there's 5 in stock in that store, why are they never out? And like you said, they probably will be sitting in the back with another box on top of it.
Yeah,
And it's strange. Like I just don't know. I just don't understand the concept of that now. When even if you take 20 years, even 10 years ago, that would never happen. With the majority of the shops, regarding stock and anything like that going out, and now it's just fight for your pre-orders basically. If you're wanting, like let's just say Airfry's Ratchet, get your pre-order. If you miss that pre-order, you'll never see it unless you want to pay £100 from eBay, and then I figure's not worth that.
Well, and then on top of that is speaking of pre-orders, like truthfully, we're talking, in the case of Ratchet and the Coneheads, Canada didn't even get those, and it's been said that they didn't even not one made it to Canada, right? Unless if you have it in Canada, then somebody sent it to you.
You got it, yeah. They filled some. If you ordered on the American site, some people got it, but if you ordered from .ca, none of them were filled.
Right. So to me, it's kind of like if I pre-ordered it, then make that extra one for my pre-order. So basically, if you say that Target's getting 10,000 and then you produce the 10,000 for Target and you produce the 10,000 for Walmart and then you produce the 10,000 for Amazon and then 10,000 get pre-ordered and Amazon still has it up and I'm 10,001, produce the one extra set.
Yeah.
Just fulfill the pre-order. That's all you got to do. That's it. Especially when it comes out, 9 months, a year from now. It's not hard for you to call for Hasbro, for Mattel, for Playmates, for whoever, right? I mean, Super 7 does it. Super 7 does it, I won't say extremely well, but Super 7 does do it to where, hey, you pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store, and there's 38 pre-orders. We're making 38 figures. That's it. That's what they're doing with their TMNT line. They're made to order. That's why they take 9 months to come out.
I mean, if I want any of the new He-Man figures, I can get all the ones that came out easy.
Yeah.
It's strange. It really is, and it puts me off actually going on the hunt for like the Transformers. Like there isn't any like mum or pop shops anywhere that like might have the old stuff or anything like that. It is really like Market Ultra Marcus with Echo. What I'm saying is, it's really, if you can't get it in that one shop, you're going online. And that's how you found like a lot over here did end up going third party. They just went screw it, third party. And a lot of them didn't look back. Like I'd kind of float in between, but like, it's Hasbro's loss, I guess. Like if you can't get that, right, I'll just go third party. And sometimes that product's 10 times better, like that Armada Prime.
Yeah. And I'll say it like truthfully, when I understand why people go third party. I see it. I could play, it's not Hasbro's not making G1 accurate in this company. It's nothing like that. I really don't think it's anything like that, to be honest.
Oh no, not for me. It's just like, well, I've got the money, but we just can't get what everybody else is getting, and then by the time it's like, okay, well, Soundwave was meant to be out last September, here in the UK, and I think I didn't get them, and it was by luck to the February.
Jesus.
And it just appeared. By that point, I was like, well, the money already set aside for him. I could easily go and get one of those third-party Legend class size figures. I can get a few of them. I'll just do that. And that's really just it for me. It's just like, well, they're going to get my money.
Right.
Like, I can easily go on eBay. Oh, they've got so much in stock. Right, I'll see you in a few weeks. That's basically been me with a third party. Like it's just like even like at Christmas, like my mum, she's been trying to get like certain things, and it's like she's now gave up, and it's like, look, do you want third party? And that's how I got like the LA Hire, and the Hot Rod, like like the Beast Wars figure. I can't remember the actual character's name. It's like Astro Rod or something. Like it was like the tiger, but it's all Hot Rod colours.
Okay.
So it was just like she's gave up for me. So it's like some of the new third party stuff she's getting me. So it's like, right, okay, that saves me now.
See, that's super cool. I mean, at least your mom's on looking out for you like that,
Yeah. And it's just because it's the easiest thing to buy me. It's like, have you got this game? Yeah, right, okay. Have you got this Transformer? No. That's it. It's a game of Transformers. My wife and my mum find it so easy now.
Dude, my mom tries. This is definitely one of the like the bless her heart moments. Like she tries. I mean, she will. Do you got this Dragon Ball thing? Yeah. Okay. Do you got this Spider-Man thing? Yeah. Do you have this comic? Yeah. And then she'll okay, screw it. I don't know what to get you. And then, Oracle will say something like, get him a Transformer, get him a, get him a Inferno or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then my mom will go to Target and get like a Cyberverse Inferno, right? Because she don't know any better, Or she'll get one of like the Playmates type of Transformers, right? That has Inferno on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And my mom won't know who Inferno is. She won't know. So she'll call Oracle. Oracle will be like, oh, he's a red fire truck. And then my mom will come home with a red fire truck. Or she'll get me a red fire truck, and it won't even say Inferno on it. It'll be a red fire truck Transformer. And then she's like, isn't that the coolest thing ever? And I'm like, yeah, Mom. Thanks. Like...
Yeah, my mum does that. She'll give me links from eBay near the time. She's like, have you got this? Have you got that? 9 times out of 10, it's like, yeah, you bought me that, or I've already got that. And then it's like, so I'll get a list from what she's going to order. And it's like, right, okay, I don't have that. So I've been trying my absolute hardest, push my luck to try and get a G1 Megatron. I've been trying my best with that one. I want it boxed. That's the one thing. It has to have a box.
Jesus. Dude, you pushing your luck.
Yeah, of course. I'm the favourite son.
You're not the only son, are you?
No.
Okay. Well,
But
then
I'm the favorite. I'm the favorite out of the two.
Yeah, I used to be the only. I used to be the only son, and you get treated better.
that's for sure.
Now I just get treated like a woman. Anyway, yeah, wow.
You still got your Transformers though.
Oh yeah. My family's good to me. They're getting me essentials like forks and shit.
Yeah, whatever. You don't need forks. You need giant robots.
I know.
You don't need
Like-
plates, Danny. Just get paper plates. That's it. Plastic. Get
I mean,
plastic
I'm white
forks and
trash,
knives.
so I don't think I'm that bad.
There was a dude, okay, like I shit you not, man, when I was growing up, there was a kid in the neighborhood, and by neighborhood I mean trailer park, that used paper plates, but he had like this plastic, like it was just like this plastic perforated plate that you would put the paper plates on to make the paper plate sturdy, and it would clip in place and stuff, and it was like to me that was the most ingenious thing ever. Because I was like, that's cool. Instead of having a paper plate, like if you got like a bunch of beans on the paper plate, then it just falls and collapses, makes it. No, this sturdy plastic plate that you clip a paper plate into, it was ingenious, man. So,
Cool.
and you never had to wash them. You just had to clip the paper plate in, unclip it, and throw it away when you're done.
Throw it away. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a barbecue indoors every night.
Wow.
That's what it was like. So anyway,
Yeah.
this week in Transformers news.
Oh.
This week in Transformers news, we've got some pre-orders, and guys, the show is pre-recorded, so I know we're going to end up missing some stuff, but don't worry, we'll end up catching it when it comes around next time. So we do have a Dreamstar Toys DS T01-002 High Dive or Skydive, the gray prototype. And dude, this stuff, man, they are killing it. This Dreamstar company, this very hyper stylized, just these Transformers that they're doing. This is what I miss from Hasbro. This idea where, yeah, there's still going to be a jet. There's still going to be a Phantom. They're going to be an F-14, an F whatever, right? They're still going to transform into that, but they're going to look different. They're going to be somewhat stylized or what. This is what I miss from Hasbro. And I'm glad that there is a company out there that's doing it in masterpiece scale. I'm glad that there's a company out there doing it in legend scale as well. But man, these things just look wicked cool to me.
You can see the love in it. That's the thing. I mean, even what was the one I recently seen?
Mhm.
It was the third party Galvatron from Age of Extinction, and the transformation was amazing. Just watching somebody done a stop motion of it, and how it just folds into itself, and it's like, how could Hasbro not do that? And what we got was just a backpack Voyager version. But then you see things like this, and it's that. I mean, that is gorgeous to look at.
Yeah, I mean,
I was going to
Yeah.
ask. I take it this will combine as well.
Yeah, we've already seen the Superion from them, and we're starting to look at the Limbots. And I don't know, to be completely honest with you, I don't know how they combine. I don't know if it's going to be like a giant parts former piece or if it's going to be all in one go kind of situation. But even if it doesn't, say it's not, I know people, they're going to want to build Superion. They're going to want to have this sitting in their case on their shelf, whatever, in Superion form. But even if Superion is wobbly, it doesn't hold together too well, while yeah, that would suck, I don't mind displaying these guys individually.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Just
look
like-
great individual, these guys,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like the perfect amount of like still being square and like different, like you said. Like, it's enough to look kind of G1-y, but like something fresh, right? But still in that world of like not a whole bunch of garbage piled on each other, you know?
Right. And the thing is, too, is like it's still recognizable as the character that it's trying to pull off. You know, like
Yeah.
the alt mode's there, the bot mode's there, like you were saying.
Yeah, having the big plane piece behind the backpack in robot mode looks so good. Like, it looks like overdone, but fuck, yeah, fantastic, man. I love it.
Yeah, they killed it. So
I can't wait to see it painted.
Oh, I can't
Yeah,
either.
that's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. I was
Sorry.
like,
Like-
we're just looking at the grayscale, and I'm like, what is this going to look like when it's painted?
Yeah, and that's all
Sick.
we've seen. That's all we've seen from Dreamstar Toys. We've only
Can you-
seen the grayscale stuff.
Can you pre-order any of it yet or not yet?
I don't think it's up for pre-order anywhere yet.
Mhm.
I don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure some TF Direct, somebody, one of the Asian Transformers like Show Z or something like that, you could probably pre-order it from them.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like say Big Bad Toy Store, like more of the American toy
Yeah,
side,
TF Source.
Yeah,
Ages.
yeah, I think I would put money on TF Source having it up for pre-order, but I wouldn't hold my breath. That's if you're gonna pre-order it,
Mhm.
I'd say there first. Shockwave Lab is doing their SL. Oh, let me start that over. Shockwave's Lab is doing what they do because they do it the best, right? Like Shockwave SL 111 VI LED upgrade kit for HasLab Unicron. So it's two different eye pieces that go. I'm not sure. It looks like it would replace the Hasbro lenses, and then sit in over the face because the face is just a face piece, right? And then, so these eyes replace the factory eyes from Hasbro. But I think what's really cool here is it comes with the extra piece that is Triptychon's eye. If you guys remember from a few episodes ago that we reviewed, what is it? Not Starscream's Ghost. Starscream's Ghost, where Unicron comes back and he's trying to connect to Cybertron.
He needs his eyes back, baby.
Yep. And he's trying to get his eyes back. There you go. We got Triptychon's eye right there. And if right down here you can see Scourge holding Triptychon's eye. That's so cool. Like that's the type of love that's the type of stuff I love seeing from these companies. And it's not Starscream's, it's Ghost in the Machine. I'm sorry. That this is from.
I'm just reading behind that because it was Triptychon's eye, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, they got one Metroplex eye, one Triptychon.
One because I've seen that Metroplex. I was like, when did they get Metroplex?
Because they went for both of them.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
Surge dropped one and it broke.
Unicron can see both sides for once.
Right. But yeah, this is this is super cool. I don't know if it's up for pre-order yet, but just like Shockwave's Lab, even if you don't get it from an American retailer, they're always up on eBay. So you guys can definitely grab one. Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventure Scout class repacks found in the US. So happy hunting on that one. Funko G1 the Shockwave out in the UK. So all to the UK watchers, for £15, the Funko Pop Shockwave can be yours. So happy hunting on that one. Transformers Masterpiece Movie MPM12 Optimus Prime out in Target stores. Retail is $126. So yet again, happy hunting, you guys. Are you guys gonna pick this one up by any chance?
No.
No, and the reason I've just gave up Masterpiece collecting, but I did see an image during the week, and it was the Japanese version, which had a lot more chrome on it compared to the grayscale. It's on that Prime.
Okay.
Really? It's not like a premium finish thing, is it, or what is it?
I think it might be the premium finish. It was just a picture somebody posted, and it just looked so much. It looked cleaner. That was the thing. It just looked so much cleaner compared to that Masterpiece. So, if that does come out, that would be one I might consider. It would be like just okay, I'll buy it just for this, like having it. But that one, no. Because I've not, like I said, the last Masterpiece I bought was Ultra Magnus when they first came out, and then I just stopped. It was just too much money, and the quality just dipped so bad.
That's fair. That's a very fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's like, see if like the quality was consistent, then yeah. But like we were saying, like this is why a lot of people went to the third party masterpieces, because we look at that one you just showed. That one looks fantastic, and then Hound just falls apart.
Right.
So yeah, so it's one of those ones.
Mm-hmm. Do you collect third-party masterpiece anymore, though, Wilbur, or no, or none?
Just whatever my mum gets me for
Yeah.
Christmas. Like I said, I've still got the just those two I showed at Christmas and my birthday that I've just never brought to my channel. In the sense, like, okay, right, I was doing that, and I'm like, should I really just show it? The only thing, because the like that animal version of Hot Rod is great. It's absolutely great to transform. The LA Higher, I've just not attempted yet. There's just so many folds in it. But the Lamborghini mold looks great. I might actually sit and do it tomorrow. I might just sit tomorrow to see how it transforms and works. Just because I haven't really done a proper, like, a masterpiece transformation in a while. Just like sitting doing it. I think the last one I did was the oversized MP10 Evangelion Optimus Prime. And I was like shocked at how good the quality was. I was blown away for the oversize, and like it was metal parts. Like there was very few bits that were plastic. It was just solid metal, and it was just like, wow, this is great. And I was like, oh, and then you remember why you did like Masterpiece and like when you first got PO1, and it's like, right, okay.
I know you're not much of a Beast Wars person, but I did transform Leo Convoy Masterpiece, and it's sick, man.
I've got to admit, that's one I would love.
It gives you that feeling of like, yeah, this is what Masterpiece is about again. Like,
yeah, because the third party version of that I do love, and it's like the Japanese samurai version, and that is one that if I could never get that Victory Leo, I would like that one.
Yeah, this is
Victory. What's his name again? Is it
Leo Convoy or Leo Convoy?
I'm saying Victory Leo. Too busy thinking of victory all the time.
Sorry,
it's not a bad thing.
Not at all.
So good though. Like the Masterpiece Beast Wars, man. Like I like that they're like accurate to what they look like, and like I don't know, they're on a whole other level, man. But
they are. It's almost like they got a different design team over there.
Yeah, I mean they do suffer from legs hanging off the back of your guy, but like that's what Beast Wars is all about.
Well, I mean, as far as that. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. People kind of were bitching about that Lyle Convoy having his beast mode legs.
Yeah,
that's what he looked like in the anime.
That's what I said to someone, and they're like, well, he doesn't fit on the shelf properly. I'm like, you can't have both.
Dude, pack your complaint up in a box and go F yourself, dude.
I know, seriously. I didn't like that thought because its arms get in the way when I put him on the shelf. I'm like, come on, dude. You're gonna get ringed out on my new podcast. That's a section where we put people on the spot, and it's just like you're done.
Do it! I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have that. I'll have wild card on there. Like it's gonna blow up.
Oh, dude! Wild card go ham on it.
That's what I thought.
The guy's crazy.
Might even have to write him a check.
So we did get a closer look at the Rise of the Beast Mirage Porsche, and so there it is up close. We do have okay, now this is something I wanted to point out. So we see the Porsche, we see the 911 here, we see the wheels here, right? We see the wheel over here. This is a completely different car. This is not a stunt car. This isn't a stunt version of the 911 where like this 911 is the hero version and this is like the junker version that, whatever gets pulled behind a truck or does the stunts or whatever. It's not. There is a 2-piece, maybe even 3-piece wheel right here. And it's not the same one as the Porsche. So this is a different car. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. It's got a high-rise spoiler. I can tell you that much. But yeah, anyway. So we do have Mirage right here. And there's the Autobot logo, the Bayformer Autobot logo right there. And what's weird, okay, so just want to say this. This car has been resprayed in the silver. So maybe this isn't the hero car. Maybe this is one of the copy cars, or I don't know. But yeah, so this is what Mirage looks like. up close. I like the design. I do like the silver with the blue stripe. And yeah, I dig it. So anyway, up close with Mirage. It should be an interesting movie at the very least. Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Worlds Collide 4-pack released in Canada. TF Nation welcomes Jessica D. Giovanni. She is the voice of Transformers Battlegrounds. Windblade, 2020 release of the Transformers Battleground game. So yeah, there you go. That's super cool. I mean, whoever plays the game and everything, like if I had a boxed figure of Windblade, I'd get her to sign it because I think that'd be super cool because she plays Windblade in something. So big broadcast of 2021. She will be there. We also got IDW Transformers King Grimlock 5-page preview of issue 1. So happy reading there. IDW Transformers 2019 ongoing 5-page preview of issue 23. So more preview pages. I don't read this anymore. I stopped at issue like 19. I just couldn't do it anymore. Transformers Studio Series Wave 13 Voyager out in U.S. retail. So that includes 86 Retgar and Bayformer Thrust, Bumblebee Thrust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess they're boxed together, hey?
Yeah, because it's still Studio Series, yeah.
If you see a Thrust, you'll know that.
Yeah, if you see like four, right? If you see 4 thrusts sitting there, it means all the Retgars are gone. So Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe Cheetor found in Chile.
God.
And Transformers Rise of the Beast Paramount Corporations has filed a new copyright entry for the upcoming movie. The entry contains a brand new synopsis highlighting Scourge along with several other details. Interesting to note, date of publication is December 2022. So maybe this has a December 2022 release date, possibly.
Yeah, they pushed it back, they just said.
Yep. So there you go. Let's see. TF Baltimore welcomes Gary Chalk, the one and only Optimus Primal voice. Well, I shouldn't say that. I can't say that anymore, right? The Beast Wars Optimus Primal.
The better version.
Yeah. Not the discount version.
I mean, let's not be too hard, right? Because some kid is gonna grow up, and the new Hellboy will be their Optimus Primal, right? So
they're screwed. Let me tell you.
I thought you were going to say the guy from Stranger Things is his new Hellboy. And I was like, no, Ron Perlman will always be Hellboy.
As a side note, if you guys are going to be there, and if you guys want to go to this, and you don't I don't know, if you don't know Transformers and you're watching this, and you want to get Dr. Robotnik's autograph, Gary Chalk also played Dr. Robotnik as well. So Sonic the Hedgehog fans, there's a chance for you guys to get a signature there as well. Transformers Red, Prime, Dark, Energon, Megatron, and G1 Cliff Jumper. Item numbers. So here are the item numbers right here for Energon, Megatron, and Red G1 Cliff Jumper. So there you go. Super 7 Reaction Transformers Cyberchrome Megatron found at Target. And I think that repeats the news from last week, and it does. So there you guys go. Anything that you guys are excited for?
There's nothing really.
So no by that pause?
No, well, that's what I'm trying to because obviously, thinking what I could get. Do you know what I mean? There's not a lot, but if you look at stuff that is coming, sort of the third party wise, I mean, that new aerial bot looks fantastic. It'd been interesting to see if they showed underneath it, how everything's hiding. I'd love to have seen a picture of that. Just like how everything would been tucked away. Because if that was all neat and tidy under there, that is incredible. Compared to, like, even if you just take the Combiner Wars version, just talking sake just now, and it's just the body's there. There's nothing really, anything hiding wise. So it would have been interesting to see that. But that is really nice. Like, it's coming. The Mirage, Mirage does look cool. I know a lot of people have moaned that he's not an F1 car, but I think he looks cool. I do think that.
Mirage inside of a garage, inside of.
I mean, it could have been Jazz. Let's be honest, but it's one of those things, I guess. And then obviously the image I showed you, Danny, of Bumblebee, which proved it was fake.
Mm.
So at least nobody's seen that yet. The Bumblebee in like high 4x4 truck wheels with a winch at the front. So if anybody sees that as fake, it's not in the movie. It's not a part of the
It
movie.
was posted for the movie, right? Yeah.
Okay, good. That could have been a disaster for them.
Yeah, people were freaking out on Instagram. Wilbur showed me.
Yeah,
Like, it's in the movie. It's like, no, it's not.
I found the actual post, and the guy clearly states on it. So it must just be somebody's Camaro. He's done the paintwork as Bumblebee, because let's be honest, that Camaro now is famous as Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Because if I remember right from a lot of like car enthusiasts, they have said that was like one of the worst Camaros compared to like certain ages. The same with the Mustangs, but that one now is one of the famous ones because it's Bumblebee now. That's that. He's not the Volkswagen anymore. He is a Volkswagen, but he has this Camaro now. And what they did was they just raised it up. They put the truck wheels on. They put the winch on it. So it's basically an off-road Bumblebee. And like they put a joke comment, like, what the F is this? Then certain big Transformer websites were sharing it, claiming it's real. But if they just scroll down, if they scroll down that little bit, it's clear as air. By the way, this is a joke. This is not the real Bumblebee or from the movie. It's clear right there. So that was that. So everybody was a bit annoyed at that, because a lot of them it's still up. They haven't took it down or retracted. So
read the fine print.
Yeah, it's like they just didn't click those 3 little buttons just to read the rest, and it's right there. It was quite. I found it funny. I just found it funny because it was just like, yep, it happened again. Just nobody read it.
I would imagine news sites. I can understand a fan looking at that and going, "Oh my god, that looks cool," or "That's the stupidest thing." But I would imagine a fan site, a news site, would scroll down, and even, I mean, it's one of those things, right? Like, even if it's like a reporter, there's still the news desk that it has to be funneled through, right?
Exactly. I mean, do you want me to show it on the screen?
Yeah.
If you've not seen it. Right, okay.
It's so cool. I know it's going to be in the movie.
Oh my god, Daddy, I know. I'm so excited too. Can you imagine
Optimus Wilbur's taking over the
I've just realised, even with my wallpaper, how bad is that for self-promoting?
Hey, you know what? This show is about the community and getting awareness for everybody's channel and everything else out there. So you are more than welcome to post it up, dude.
No, but dude, that's how bad it is on my own PC.
You know what?
I won't go for wallpapers. I'll just have my own emblem.
I should have my ass on mine or whatever that'd be good.
You know what? Watch this. You ready for this, Mr. Wilbur? You ready? You ready? Check this out. If you guys aren't subscribed to the man, the myth, the legend, Optimus Wilbur, head on over to his channel. Click that like button. Click that dislike button, because it's all channel activity and that's all YouTube cares about. And then at the end of the day, drop a comment. Tell that man how awesome he is. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button. There you go.
Dude, I
Wow.
love you. That's why I love you,
I
honestly.
know. Me too, man.
Right, so that's the image. That's what this Bumblebee was. This was what was shown on the big Transformer websites documenting it. So this is what everybody's seen. Everybody believed it, and then
Dude,
if
that
you-
is, like seriously, that is the coolest looking because
it
for
looks
that-
cool.
Well, I mean, like think about it, like that. Just as a side note, real quick about this. Okay, the under chassis for that car was probably totally gone. Okay, and the guy was like, "Well, screw it, I can't restore it. I mean, it's probably completely rotted out. Well, what do I do with it? You know what? I'll make a tubular frame and make an off-road Camaro out of it just to save it. Just do something crazy off the wall with it." And he did. So kudos to him, man. That's super cool. Because I would imagine there'd be some really ticked off people if he destroyed destroyed a perfectly good classic Camaro
Yeah,
to make that, right?
I mean, you can see it input there, like the that's like been reattached bodywork. He's done a lot of work to it.
Yeah.
And like you know yourself, like especially if you're a car nut, you know how much work that has had to be done to get that like that. So this is what got shown. This is what people believed on these news sites, and people were believing it all over Facebook. That's actually the rest of the post.
Got you, didn't I? It's not Bumblebee, by the way. And I want to say,
Smash.
and I'll say this too. If you guys thought it was Bumblebee and you guys got upset about it, I just want to say this, okay? This is a franchise that is predicated on becoming new, reinventing. Transformers is the Madonna of toys, okay? It's all about reinvention. It's always there. So if you guys were upset, if anybody was upset that that's not my Bumblebee or whatever, your Bumblebee is out there, bro. Let Bumblebee be a wrecker if he wants to be a wrecker, okay? I mean, at one point he was walking around with a cane, all right, and everybody was cool with that. Let's be honest here, right? So I'd be down for that.
Everybody's. I mean, see for talk's sake, that guy's actually playing a prank as well, and that is in the movie. That is still cool. I mean, even like Prime's new look with the extra bumper put on, I think that looks badass.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how he's going to look like robot mode. So it's going to, if that was real, in the sense that this is like he's kidding us on, like, oh, by the way, yeah, this is a joke. This is not in the movie, and it ends up that's in the movie. That I think that looks pretty cool.
I'll say, like,
Different. It's different. That's the thing.
I would love to see Optimus Prime get stuck in truck mode, right? Megatron's all like, "You'll never escape your alt mode, Prime." And then, like, traps him in alt mode. And then he can't get out of a ditch. So what does Bumblebee do? Bumblebee scans a truck. Like, he scans, like, 1992 Bigfoot. And then the scanner breaks, and then that's what it ends up happening,
That's the big
right?
wheel.
Yeah, and then he's got to go pull Prime out of a ditch. Like, how cool is that, man? Come on, that'd be hilarious, right?
Oh, dude, I'd love
Like-
that. I would love that. But it was just so funny earlier on because, like I said, this was shared so many times, and when people realised when you click the rest of the Instagram posts, like they were begging these websites, please pull the post down. You're going to make a fool of yourself again. And that's what I've sent Danny. This is up there with the whole Studio 86 series of Optimus Prime, where it was a bad Photoshop of the Earthrise one, and they believed this was what we're getting in whatever wave it's going to be for Optimus Prime. So it's like they've done it again. They've just done it again and they believed it. So it's just one of those things. It's just one of the things. If anybody's seen it now, according to that post, it's fake. It's not in the movie. It's just somebody's car. If that guy's joking and it's in the movie, I think it does look kind of. It's different. It's definitely different. But there's things that's like showing me that's definitely not in the movie, because if you look at, like, there's nothing in that car in the sense of like body wise, you can tell it's been repaired. You look at like 9 times out of 10 with even the stunt cars they've got for the Autobots, and even the Decepticons for that matter, they're always blacked out windows. They will never clear. You can never see right through. You can see right through that one. So that's the only thing I'm believing that that's just somebody's Camaro and they've just made it 4x4 and it looks awesome in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Because they've done good work.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'd love to see that in a movie. That'd be great. I mean, in the Bay universe, that would totally fit. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, do they scan everything willy-nilly all the time anyway, just to change forms and shapes?
Like an Xbox.
Yeah, like a Mountain Dew dispenser,
Exactly.
right? Like,
and a bin.
there you go. A Nokia cell phone. What is it? The Nokias, they're the nasty ones. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
Nokia. Did you guys do the homework this week?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. What episode are we looking at this week?
The biggest
Name.
bluff in history. I think that's the only way to describe
Well,
it.
the ultimate weapon, yeah.
The ultimate weapon. There you go. I'm leaving that in. That's not going to get edited out. Just so you know. So this week we're taking a look at the G1 episode, The Ultimate Weapon. And I will say this about this episode. The only thing that stands out about this episode that makes it worth watching is the character development for First Aid. Because First Aid, for the longest time, you read the back of his cards, his bio, he's a pacifist. He doesn't like to fight. He's very standoffish. He's kind of shy. He's, like a neutral party. He fixes everybody, And this is where you really get to see the effects of a pacifist in a war who stands by what he says he is, right? He stands by his morals. He stands by his ethic code, and you really get to see that. And I know a lot of people don't like First Aid in this episode because he pusses out or whatever, right? But I commend First Aid for sticking to his guns. He basically, I can't take it anymore. I'm out. Deuces. And I absolutely love that. And honestly, this episode is what makes First Aid one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite Protective Bot. No, actually, my favorite Protective Bot, just because he stands by his code.
I mean, one of the cool things as well, if you take from that episode, even seeing it for the first time when you were young, even if you didn't see the orders, so I'm going back the first time I seen it, and then you see there's the junkyard worker. It's a robot now. Obviously now everything's just, the robots have just blended in society. That's it. And there's this worker just walking away, just repairing things. First aid, and it's pretty cool seeing that. The one thing I did take away from watching it again was they tried the same kind of color shading as the movie, but it just didn't pull off as the same as the movie did. If you noticed that,
yeah, it's a good pick.
Especially with the Metro and Trips, you can see that color shading's there. Especially when they're fighting in the ocean, and it's you're right, okay, if you can do that, why not just have the little bit extra? Of course, obviously being a series, that's not gonna have the same budget as the movie, but it's. Like I said, the biggest reason I remembered this was the biggest bluff in history in that series. That was just a bluff. I will
say about this episode that I do agree with you. They did try to mimic the animation from the movie in this episode, and I really wish that this episode would have got a little bit more budget to do it. Because if there was any episode in episode 3 or in season 3 to use that kind of budget on, this would have definitely been the episode.
Yeah, if you've got you've got two City Titans fighting, then you've got the Combiners fighting, you've got the two leaders predominantly in the story as well. You're wanting to see that because there's one part in animation where you see Rodimus and Magnus driving up. and like the far away detail of these two characters is horrendous. It is like they were squashed coming in to get bigger. It just looked so off. It was bad. And that like it takes you out. That like moments like that takes you out, and then you turn back around and you see Metro looks brilliant. It's you do wish it's like if you're going to go that way with like that style, just in it like you didn't even have to see them drive that distance. Even cut to them just pulling up, transform. You could probably still get away with like a good animation side to that. I just didn't understand why like. Okay, okay, they're coming in from the distance, they're racing towards it, and it looks horrible. It absolutely looks horrible. But like the fighting, with like defense of the missing obviously first aid being his left arm, is great. Like Metroplex and Trips try to keep try to stop transforming during the fight. Fantastic. And then Galvatron's just hysterical.
Yeah, I agree. Like there's a lot of good parts to this episode, and the fact I will say this, the story doesn't feel cluttered. It doesn't feel like rushed or anything, but I do wish that this was a 2-parter episode.
Oh yeah, it could easily have been a 2-parter. Like you could easily have dragged. I mean, like how long is it? Like roughly about 22, 24 minutes. So within those 24 minutes, we're basically by halfway through it, you kind of click with Galvatron's story. But at that point, you're not really interested in that. You're interested in like say the Protectobot side, and like the first aid arc is like really good storytelling. They could have just drawn it out just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
If like they're seeing that as like maybe kids back in the day, it just wouldn't go over well. Maybe, but then again, like they done Five Faces of Darkness, done Rebirth in parts, they done the virus one in parts, so it's like they could have easily done that, and you would have got a good story, changed certain aspects of the animation drawings, just cut down, like driving to get there, just pull up, and you'd have a great looking Ultra Magnus and Rodimus Prime transforming, like that really could have stand out in the series where like so that season 3 was cluttered with so many things that were wrong. They could have done something special with this, especially getting towards near the end of season 3, where things were looking a bit better in the sense like things were acting a bit better, like stories were a bit better. It just wasn't like here's Galvatron lying in a bed.
Right.
So it's like things were getting better, and that's hindsight, isn't it? Like as fans, we can always tell a better story. But it must be one of those things at the time. They were just like the kids won't sit long enough to care. If that's not Optimus or like Grimlock, say it was Grimlock, would they sit for 2 episodes? Maybe.
Well, I would make the argument. While they're kids may not sit there and watch it but at this point, the kids who are still around watching it are going to be the diehard kids who are going to watch it no matter what, right?
True, dude. Yeah.
So I would say they should have just catered to them and done the 2-part episode.
Yeah.
And I say that because it should have. I feel like I feel like there was a second episode planned for this, and then maybe it got nixed, and they kind of had to push the 2 scripts together.
You're right, because you could even like if we're going with like now like we were discussing that obviously with the DVD releases, and you can see where they've tried to make the story work, and I kind of see it because right, let's be honest, like Rodimus is a bit of a wuss in this one. I'm trying being PG here, and he's annoying, right? And I love Rodimus Prime. Like, I prefer Hot Rod, but I do like the character, and he's just so annoying. And then down the line, you're going to get the burden that's hardest to bear, and it's like you could easily stretch that Galvatron's ultimate plan into that as well, and mesh the two of them together and keep that story consistently going.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you're right. Yeah, you could easily done that. Maybe there's like parts of the story it was going to go in that story, but they just moved it to this. It's one of those things. But yeah, like you remember it for the big things in a character build up, and considering you really genuinely the two laughable things is like the biggest bluff in Rodimus moaning. That's all like that like you remember the two things being the bad things from the leaders. It's just wow. But then you've got great character stuff with First Aid, like a character that's kind of always in the background.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And then you've got the two Titans, and then you've got obviously combiners fighting. You can't ask for more. That is like the stuff you loved in the series. As soon as you've seen the combiners or you've seen like Metro Trips, like you're sitting down watching it. Do you know what I mean? That was like the biggest draw to Transformers for me as a kid. Was like you see the bigger bots now.
And also, and you know, to kind of piggyback on what you're saying about like the combiners and stuff, right? Like, this honestly, this shows how big of a badass Defensor is. I mean, he goes in with one arm. He's missing an arm to go fight Bruticus. Bruticus. I mean, it's not like he's gonna go like it's Bruticus. His name is that because he's arguably the most brutal combiner, right? Yeah. So these guys know how basically how tough the Decepticon combiners are, and Defensor's like, screw it, man. We're going in with one arm. Is what it is. We got to make it happen. We got to make it work. We got to win. We got to do this.
I mean, like, just to follow up on that, dude, like, if you go, even like, if you look at all the combiners, like, Defensor and Bruticus are like the definition combiners for Autobots and Decepticons. I know Devastator is kind of really there, but I kind of put him in the Dinobots. Like, they were arch enemies all the time. But if you look at, like, the teams, like Autobots and then like, obviously the Protectobots just makes perfect sense. That's just like money written right there. Mm-hmm. The Combaticons, again, money written right there. They're all war machines. And just like they're the two best to have seen in a fight. And we didn't get it a lot, but when you did get it, like you're going to watch that because you know that they were the two teams that wanted to go against each other. The Stunticons and Aerobots, yeah, they're cool, but it was just they weren't these two guys.
Danny, we're sitting here, we're going on and on like two old ladies. What do you think of the other?
Well, of course, my favorite. I love one of my favorite Decepticons. You get to see Swindle for a second, and then like like you said, like it's cool that what's his name won't fight First Aid because like it's weird because like Perceptor's a scientist, Ratchet was like a nurse/doctor. Like they still fought a little. They didn't complain. Like yeah, they weren't great at it. They're trying their hardest, right? Shooting away. But this guy's like completely no, and they can't even understand that, the Autobots. So like, dude, this guy, he's not even going to fight. This is what we're made to do, right? So it's just like funny to see that contrast. And then, yeah, like Swindle putting the gun to his head and he's like, I still won't fight. He's like, well, then you're going to die for what you believe in. That's awesome that they said that in the show. I thought, I was like, yeah, Swindle, you're freaking ruthless. And I love that. But yeah, like you're going to die for what you believe in then. And then it shows that guy really believes that. So, and like me, yeah, this guy don't mind being a little soft, a little emo, because like he's just a softie. Like you're not going to force him to fight. He's not even good at like get him to fix something in the back or whatever, Like I don't know why they're so like gun ho. He has to fight kind of thing, but it's cool that he sticks to his guns. He doesn't fight, and yeah, he's hanging out with that robot in that junkyard. There's a really weird animation, man. You gotta see it. Like where like Rodimus has Daniel with him, and it's like it's like Rodimus is blue, and then like him and Ultra Magnus like transform at the same time. From one vehicle that's just a blue hot rod. I don't know if Ultra Megazord is just supposed to be behind it. You don't see him, but it's like the most messed up, weirdest transformation I've ever seen.
If I remember right, is that not the one where it's like, no, was that no another?
Well, Danny's like falling to the pit or something, and Ultra Magnus like transforms from Rodimus, a blue Rodimus, and goes down and get him. I'm like, wow, that's a mistake. But
the infamous errors of season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. So whatever, but like I was just like shocked. I was like, "What's going on here, man?" Like, but yeah, for the most part, yeah, like you said, character building. It's not a bad episode. Seeing the Titans fight is cool. Trypticon's going crazy. Like they're transforming while they're like fighting back into their base modes because the cogs they have like don't settle, right? Because they're not converted or something. So it's like, they got some other buddies cogging them and they're like trying to do stuff. So I mean, it's not a bad episode. I mean, I'd suggest watch it for sure, but
holy crap, you guys heard it first. Danny Dolphin suggested an episode to watch. A G1 episode to watch.
When the character's soft, even, yeah. Because
She liked this episode. I want to go on record that Danny motherfucking Dolphin, liked the G1 episode. There it is, right there.
I think it's Swindle, man. He has my heart. Like, I need a shirt that says "You'll die for your beliefs," showing Swindle.
Right, let's get that made. Let's get that made. I'll jump on a Teespring right now and I'll get Swindle.
Yeah, you'll die for your beliefs. Yeah, that's heavy, man. I liked it. It enforces what's his name's belief, and like it's just cool to see. So yeah, why?
It really does enforce First Aid's character. It really does, because First Aid at that point was just like, okay, then I'll die. You know?
Yeah, he was.
I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And honestly, you got to think about like First Aid at this point, what he's seen. What he's been through, what he's heard, at that point, Swindle's like, well, cool, you're going to die. And he's just like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah. I know it kind of takes the fun out of it for Swindle, but it shows what Swindle believes in, just like, chaos and killing. So like, it's his true beliefs, like instantly. Okay, well, then you'll die for what you believe in, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, that one line that Swindle says gives Swindle more character development in the series than any other episode has.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, he's not like okay, screw it. Like, you're not with me, but you're in my way. Then I'm still going to kill you. It's just, like I said, just more character development for Swindle in that one line than anything else. I mean, anything else ever written for Swindle.
Yeah, he's usually just complaining like at the first of the season when they're like, and they're all like, they don't have Energon, and like the other teammate, I can't remember his name, but he's like, we're doomed. It's like, we're doomed. Like they're all like depressed.
It was either Brawl or it was a fully combined Bruticus. If you go with the animation.
You guys didn't know the Combaticons have 6 members, right?
Yep.
Bruticus is his own member.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, I'm quite shocked that nearly a full pass to a G1 American European episode that isn't from the Headmasters, Master Force, or Master what was the other one?
Victory, Headmasters
Victory.
Oh, Super God
Force.
Of course, yeah.
Super God Force, we've openly spoken how much we love those series. There is flaws, but we love them for the most part. And it's like, I have never heard you go, yep, that's a damn good episode.
Nope.
Unless it was Cup telling his stories.
Yeah. I want, you know what, real quick, I want an episode, a spin-off episode of G1, or a spin-off series of Cup telling war stories to the Dinobots, and the Dinobots are huddled around Grandpa on a campfire telling his old war stories, right? And Swoop's all like, oh, tell Swoop next story or whatever.
Well,
and then it goes into the next story.
Dude, that could probably be easily done, easily edited. All we'd have to do is just take the movie scene, right? And start it off and just constantly cut back. Just do the old George Lucas trick from the Star Wars prequels, over the shoulder camera shots constantly, and just take everything Cup says as a story from season 3 in that part of the movie and just mesh it together. You must have at least 20 minutes worth of story there.
Absolutely.
It'd be worth it.
So we've heard from Danny Dolphin. She loves the episode. She recommends the episode. She recommends the episode so much, she says, go illegally download it to watch it.
No, I didn't say that.
But what do you say? What do you say, Wilbur? You want it? Would you suggest it?
I would say go and watch it. Like, if you can ignore the whole Galvatron Rodimus part, that is basically the bad side to the episode. But the whole combiner stuff, first aid story arc, the story with the cogs with Metroplex and Triptychon, and they're transforming back to base mode or in battle station mode when they're trying to fight is epic. Do you know what I mean? There's so many great things that outweigh just the boring part of the story, which was Rodimus Prime and Galvatron.
I would say that this episode is the shining breakout episode of season 3 so far, hands down. Just from character development alone, from what they tried to do with animation, from what they did do with, Metroplex and Triptychon fighting and the combiners fighting, it felt like that it was a high stakes episode. It really felt that way.
Because I can't remember how many writers were always on these shows, but say there was like two. One definitely had serious love, and he knew what he wanted to see. And given like a background character story, especially like one that you would never think of. Like first, you think of Protect the Bots. Like the first, like if you ask me Protect the Bots, first name I'm going to pop Hotspot. That's just my brain going straight to that.
Yeah.
First aid would never have crossed my mind, but just to have him, like being like, okay, here's a story with this character, whereas like so Bruticus, like you kind of guess with all the Combatagons and like how crazy they are, and Swindle was always the fan favourite. But First Aid was a really nice story to put in it, and it made it worth the like Defensor fighting without the like his left arm, and obviously basically First Aid kind of saving the day, repairing the cog. So it's like there's so many great things in it, and it works. It really does work, surprisingly.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, guys, episode is available for free on Tubi TV. The entire series is there, so if you guys do want to follow along with us, we are going off of the Shout Factory DVD releases, which in turn is also the Tubi TV episode order. So I want to say thank you guys to everyone who watched this episode of Tales from Teletraan. And thank you, Optimus Wilbur, for coming in, swooping in like the Superman that you are to save the day.
Oh, thank you again, guys. Thank you again.
Yeah, no worries. Awesome to have you.
And if you guys don't remember from 35, 40 minutes ago, head on over to Optimus Wilbur's channel. Hit the like button, the dislike button, the subscribe button, and comment on every video that he's ever done. And while you're doing that, don't forget to like every video, and then dislike every video, and then subscribe, and then share it. That's the most important. You have to share it. Share it out. Everyone's got Facebook except for me. Everyone's got an Instagram. Everyone's got a Google Plus-ish, I guess, if that's still a thing. Everybody's got a social media. So do Optimus Wilbur the favor and help this dude out. Because he's too humble enough to say this about himself.
I'm too humble to say it about myself. I'm here with the ride with you guys. I mean, I'm always having a blast with things like this, jumping on, like discussing, like even old episodes like this. Like you never think, like in your 30s, you're going to sit. We're going to remember back to the time Cup told war stories. I never thought that was going to happen, and like 15 years ago, when I started collecting again. So I know I have a blast with all this.
So with all that being said, Optimus Wilbur, since you're the guest this week, what do you want to tell the world? 100 years from now, the 5G reaches out to the planet of Nakdar, and they're watching this for the first time. Right now, they get to this episode, and they say, I wonder what Optimus Wilbur is going to say at the end of this episode. What do you want to tell the resident people of Nakdar?
Never dye your hair, you'll go bald.